Wikipedia page.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is the guy, and if you go down a bit, you will see this is the person, and he had a very characteristic, very unique kind of life. So he was from 7 February 1897 to 1964. So if you see his career and sunspot and mass excitability, so he's a Chizhevsky that not only did geomagnetic storms resulting from sunspot-related solar flares affect electrical usage, plane crashes, epidemics, and grasshopper infestation. Just look at this wonderful thing. Grasshopper infestation. अभी टिड्डियों का infestation आया तो था दिल्ली में. So he's so specific. And if you read the whole text, he had done his, on 700 years ka pura ek, it's called, historical research called historiometry, historiometry technique. 11-year cycle ko usne Earth's climate and mass activity of people. So यहाँ पर एक उसने measure निकाला है. So if you go through this whole, whole media page, you would know. And unfortunately, he was given this term, and here
so please can you press so please can you press control plus.
Okay,
yes sir,
hold on. Is it okay? A bit more.
No, still the same. Sir, please can you bring down the screen so we can see the.
Here you are.
Still a little lower.
अभी ठीक है?
थोड़ा और नीचे सर.
ठीक है?
Yes sir. Yes sir.
So यहाँ पर देखिए कॉस्मोबायोलॉजी, ये सारे टर्म्स हैं जो हमको अभी समझने पड़ेंगे. Biological rhythms, hematology, these are the very scientific terms which we need to understand and put in when we are doing the predictions and looking at the charts. These are actually wonderful things because right now these are the scientific proof that astrology is so powerful, and what we have been predicting is right now being corroborated by scientific theories. So this is the kind of solar cycle I was talking about. Let me go to that area where he had mentioned these three things. I'll tell you, just hold on.
Yes.
Here you can see he analyzed sunspots record and approximated record, comparing them to riots, revolutions, battles and war in Russia and 71 other countries for a period of 500 BCE to 1922. Look at his range of research he has done. So we have to take things like this. Now, here are the four components of Chizhevsky's 11-year cycle and approximate length, as I was talking about. One is a 3-year period of human activity characteristics by passivity and autocratic rule. The second is a 2-year period during which mass begins to organize under new leaders on one theme. And the third, a 3-year period of maximum excitability, revolution and war. Okay? And four, a 3-year period of gradual decrease in excitability until the mass are apathetic. In short, the mass doesn't stop giving a damn. So we are right now I'm going to show you when, so we are right now in the middle of this, a 3-year period of mass activity, character, passivity and autocratic rule. Then comes the most violent part, is 2, 3 and 4, especially 2 and 3. The next 5 years will be very tough for all over the world. So you can go through this. Chizhevsky is amazing. I think he's one of the most valuable people we had in analyzing the movement of astronomical entities and its effect on human beings, which astrologers from time immemorial in India has been doing and has been propounding. So we need to understand these kind of scientific theories. Last thing I would like to share is a Washington Post where a scientist, can you see?
No sir, you will have, yeah.
Yeah. So it says the scientists predict a new solar cycle is about to begin and that it might be stronger than last year's one. This is was published on 11th April 219. So this, if you go through this, 2020 will
Wow.
be here. Lisa Upton, a solar physicist with Space Research Corporation, co-chair of panel issuing predictions, said cycle 25, which we are going through, should begin mid 2019 and late 2020. That it should reach its maximum 2023-26. And this is, so we are right now in the middle of the solar cycle, which is much more powerful, called solar cycle number 25.
Yeah. Okay.
So I think this is this epidemic and the grasshopper infestation, mass riot, wars is related to this solar cycle, which Chizhevsky has been saying this for quite some time. This is one of the things that I wanted to bring to your notice, since we are discussing. So scientific, as I always say, scientific approach and mathematical calculations are of prime importance in the modern times, especially in the times of Rahu.
Yes, sir.
To understand the whole thing, we cannot forego this, and it's so wonderful. As I keep saying, it's so wonderful now that the latest technology, space technology and the satellites going on, the fantastic telescopes like Hubble and so on and so forth, and are actually there to help us astrologers to corroborate with the things that have been said and also correct if there are something wrong. For example, if solar cycle things would have been taken into account by astrologers, they would have predicted this and maybe come up with a solution. Who knows? They would have, they would have asked this various government in their own channels, formally or informally, that things like this is going to happen because there is a change in the solar cycle, and we would have been prepared. So I think astrologers, if they go with the scientific brain and scientific outlook, will be the most valuable people in the coming times. That's what I feel. But they have to be a little scientific in nature, not exactly resort to pure spiritual planes. They have to come to this plane also, the scientific and mathematical plane. You have to understand the matrices. As I say in my course, Unified Applied Astrometry, because of simple reason that now astrology is more matrices than pure spiritual planets. They are not there anymore. They've never been, but due to scientific discoveries and technologies, we now are very sure that these are matrices that we need to take, just like with the matrices of an equation.
So now, basically, to be more precise on this matrices, now previously when everything started, like people used to say Shani bhari ho gaya, Mangal bhari ho gaya, and everything like that. But then when people started getting educated, then these people started playing with the nakshatras.
Yes.
Then